Now it's time to take a look at cloning. I'm going to be pretty brief about cloning because I really don't use it a whole lot, but essentially cloning allows you to paint from a photograph. You can load in a photograph and you can automatically select the colors from the photo. It's a pretty cool feature, so let's take a look at how it works. I'll be painting from this photo of flowers. So to create our clone painting, we'll go ahead and create a new canvas. This canvas is 8 by 10 at 300. I'll go to File and then Place. And I'm going to choose a photograph here. You could choose a JPEG, a PNG, or a RIF file, or a PSD. I'm going to go ahead and choose this PNG here. And we can choose how large we want to make it. I'm going to go ahead and make it be about 70 or 75% so it fills the canvas here. If the image has a transparent background, you could retain the alpha. This one does not, so I'm going to click on OK. Now we've placed our image, and I'll go ahead and just move it so it fills the canvas here. So now we have our reference image placed into a canvas, and this canvas is set to a standard print or frame size. That way, if we create a painting from it, we'll be able to print it without having to crop off too much. Now that our image is placed, we need to load our image as a clone source. We could do this, and I'm going to choose a photograph here. You could choose a JPEG, a PNG, or a RIF file, or a PSD. I'm going to go ahead and palette. We have patterns, and then we have some panels for auto painting. We could load the clone source here, or we can go to File, Quick Clone. That's automatically created a new document for us, and it's automatically set the image as the clone source here inside of the clone source panel. It's chosen it as an embedded image, which is saved with the RIF file itself. It's also toggled tracing paper on, which has made the image a bit dimmer. So what this is allowing you to do is to see your photograph and then paint on top of it. You'll also notice that it's selected a cloner brush for us, and in order to clone, we need to paint with the cloner brushes in the cloner category. We can also turn other brushes into cloners, but we'll take a look at how to do that later. Right now we have Bristle Blender Cloner, and if I start to paint here on the yellow part of the flower, you'll start to see the yellow paint come through. If we start to paint over here on the darker areas, and we'll start to see that green. Now I'm picking up my pen each time, and each time I pick up my pen and place it down and paint, I'm going to get the color that's underneath. And I can kind of blend it out and so on. Now it's kind of hard to see what's going on, so I'm going to hit T on my keyboard, and when I hit T, I'm going to toggle tracing paper invisible. Now when I'm hitting T to toggle the tracing paper on and off, that is a modified shortcut that I created. By default, it should be Control T, but I've set Control T to free transform, so I'm just using regular T. But regular T was assigned to the type tool, so if things are a little mixed up in that regard, that's why. T is for tracing paper, Control T is for free transform, and then if you want the type tool, you'll just have to click on it. If you don't like these keyboard shortcuts, you can change them to whatever you like, or you can restore the defaults. This is only going to be applicable if you're using my workspace. If you're using your own workspace, or the default Corel Painter workspace, then the keyboard shortcuts will be their Corel Painter defaults. So this is what our painting actually looks like at this point. If we were to print this, or save it as a file, this is what we'll get. So essentially what we'd want to do is go through and paint over this whole painting here. I'm going to use a really big brush so that I can kind of fill it in quickly just so you can get a feel for how this is looking. I'll hit T again, and I could actually paint in this mode here too if I wanted to just fill it in with some colors first without really knowing what's underneath. Or I can go back in here and I can intentionally paint over certain areas. But basically you just want to paint in very specific areas of color. Where it's yellow, just paint on the yellow. Where it's green, just paint on the green. Eventually what you'll end up with, depending on how much work you put into it, is a painting that looks like a photograph or a photograph that looks like a painting. Now to give you an idea of what a more complete clone painting would look like, let's check out the auto painting panel here. And let's just go ahead and just click on the play button, and this is automatically going to go through and clone this painting for us just using random dabs. I'm going to go ahead and hit escape to stop it. Now we have a predefined brush size here, so we're only going to be able to get so much detail in the image. What we can do is we can lower our brush size if we want to, and that'll make smaller dabs, which will be able to capture more detail. Or we can turn on Smart Stroke Painting. Let's turn on the smart settings now. We'll go ahead and click play. Now you can see that the brush strokes are getting finer and finer and finer so that we can capture more and more of that detail. And that's essentially what you would want to do if you were cloning as well. You'd want to have big broad areas and small fine areas. If we look in the brush selector, you'll see it automatically chose a Smart Stroke brush from the Smart Stroke category. You can use Smart Stroke brushes to emulate different styles and media when you're auto painting. Once you're satisfied with the amount of detail, you can go ahead and click the stop button, and we have our auto painting. Now you could stop here, Or you could go in, you could turn on tracing paper, and you could continue to clone this and to add more detail and to sharpen up some of those details in some areas. If I hit T again, you can see what I'm doing here. I'm sharpening it up a bit. I'm making it look a little more human because the computer doesn't exactly know what the image is. It's just kind of guessing. So you go in here and you fix things and you make it look the way you want it to.